Hello everyone, J-Man here, and welcome to the next update video. I feel like this is the main draw of the channel at the moment. First of all, Happy New Year. This will be released on, I believe, January 1st, if I edit it fast enough. I remember a lot of the stuff I brought up in the last update. I want to go over it now and try to basically recount how 2024 went, and some stuff I'd like to bring up for 2025, and I think that's kind of important. Okay, so let's start with some stuff from 2024. The year started out pretty damn good, I think, all things considered. But I made a plan for quite a few things, and the one thing I think most people who have subscribed to me are probably wondering is, where is Weird Fetishes episode 5? I never made it. I know I said I was going to do it for probably the middle of the year, like summer or something, and I didn't. I encountered so many complications over its roughly 2 years of development. I spent money on it to make it better, and I spent money on stuff that I cannot use for the video, and it was a lot of money. I'm not happy about it. It was very demoralizing, I won't lie, to the point that I kind of had to sit down and recollect and reconsider, why am I doing this video? Why do I want to do it? Do I even want to do it? And I realized that while it was fun, I think it's not something I want to be my main attraction to the channel. I said this on Twitter a while ago, and I'm gonna say it now. The series is now on an indefinite hiatus. I'm not saying it's never going to come back, but for the foreseeable future, it's not something I want to really work on. And that's probably going to be the case for a very long time. Don't expect me to bring it up this year, or hell, even next year, for that matter. Because, to be honest with you, I just don't want to, think about it. I put a lot of time and effort into the, way I wanted to make episode 5, and to not only lose everything I did in the progress of making it, but basically make no progress in the first place. It made me sort of take a step back and realize I just didn't want to make it at that point. My release schedule has been pretty all over the place. I can understand why people would be a little confused as to why I don't upload so frequently. I think the last thing I uploaded was the Balatro stuff with Pidosliker, and that was largely because I kind of had to do that. I wanted to do that, mind you, but I kind of had to, because collab stuff is a little different to regular stuff. 2024 has not necessarily been a great year for me. It's had its ups and its downs, so I'm going to get the downs out of the way right now, just to get to the point, you know. This is not necessarily going to be the most cheery stuff, so I'm going to try and skim through it as fast as possible. I won't go into all the details, but roughly after the halfway point of the year, a family member of mine has come down with some very, very serious heart problems that it was quite a shock to have to deal with. And we're still dealing with it right now. In fact, it could potentially be hereditary as well, which is haunting to think about, given that I actually had a heart problem myself in the past, and that was not fun to deal with. It's nothing I'm going to go into detail about, because again, it's a private family issue, but I just want to make it clear that if there's ever a time I'm not uploading, stuff like that is probably what I'm dealing with. That could be something I'm dealing with in real life. I've also had my own recurring health issues throughout the latter half of the year specifically. Most prominently, I suspect I caught COVID about 3 months ago, and I had a horrendous lingering it was right after I'd recorded the first few episodes of my Lost Planet playthrough. At the time of recording this, by the way, only one episode is out, because I just haven't had the time to go back and edit it. I've had a lingering cough since then, and I've just not had the effort to like want to play through a game knowing that I'm going to have to go back into editing and like deal with the fact that I may cough at random points, and it's really hard for me to cut that out. I don't know why it is so hard, but it is. Thankfully, moving forward, editing should be a lot better for everything I do, because I've managed to get a hold of Sony Vegas, and thank God for that, or just Vegas Pro or whatever it's called now. And because I've given it a try, Pi taught me a few things, and it is very, very much, I think, the editing software I'm going to be sticking with for the long haul moving forward, because it's just dealing with Premiere Pro was bad enough. I don't want to deal with it. Was good, Premiere Pro was good, but I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want them siphoning money from my account anymore. I just want to buy a software and I want to keep it forever, and that's what Sony Vegas is going to be for me. But yeah, I've had trouble with the lingering cough. The cough is mostly gone now. I'm actually considering going back and continuing my playthroughs, but for the time being, I'm just going to get into the next year, and we'll see where it goes from there. So my major projects this year, I've talked about why I talked about Weird Fetishes. I talked about why that didn't release and why it's not going to release. But I want to bring up some of my other stuff. The recent one, the green screen playlist release. I haven't checked on it since it uploaded, but but it was probably my longest project that I've done that cost me a decent amount of money that I'm actually completely satisfied with as a whole. I'm really happy with how it came out and what it's done. The content is out there. It is free to use. If anyone ever wants to use it, it's fine. If you don't use it, I don't care. It's okay. I was just really happy to do it. And hey, you never know. Maybe I do more in the future. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because I own it. I own a green screen now. And, you know, if I get an idea or two for bits and here and there, I'll probably do it. But for the time being, I'm content with the green screen playlist being what it is, and I'm happy I released as much as I did. It's a lot of content to work with, and it's a lot of which is probably very difficult to use or unusable for that matter, because it took me a while to figure out like the lighting problems I was having, and like I had to work around noise pollution and yada yada yada. But I'm really happy with how it released. I'm really glad it's out there. So yeah, free to use. I'll probably leave a link in the description to this video if you want to check it out. If you want to go make some stuff. I'll probably watch it at some point and do a video where I watch a bunch of green screen stuff, if enough gets made, of course. But yeah, that's cool. I'm happy with the green. I'm really glad that the third project of my year turned out as good as it did. And speaking of projects, the first project of the year, the AOT review video, was a resounding success. It still hasn't capped 1,000 views, but you know, that's fine. In fact, I think it's been view locked. I don't think the views have changed since the last time I looked, like 8 months ago. That's fine, mind you. That's fine. I just find that really funny. That video is probably the one I'm most proud of, because it was a highly edited project. It took me a little longer to make than I initially planned, but it came out very well. That video was actually planned for like 4 years, but then Attack on Titan just refused to end like 5 times, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll hold on to this idea and just wait for it to finish, because I wanted it to be something that was like I would do after it ended. So I would get it, and it was always going to be like a massive collaboration. That's what it was always going to be, a massive collab video. Moving into 2025 and carrying on the topic we were just discussing, I was so happy with the Attack on Titan least biased review video that I actually wouldn't mind maybe doing some more in the future. I've even got like at least 1 or 2 topics in mind that I would love to put together. It all just comes down to if I can get like, can I get more people who know the topic to make the video with me, because that's what it's all about. That's why the video works. That's why it's a least biased reviews, because you have so many different opinions all clambering over each other to get their thoughts across. That's why it works as a video. And on the topic of collabs, actually, I would love to do more collab stuff. Those are probably the most fun I have in when it comes to content stuff. Just playing games with someone, doing like video, just doing anything with someone for a video, or even no video for that matter, is just a lot of fun. I've had ideas for like collab stuff in the past, but there's a this is a bit there's okay, so I loved keyword the game Stellaris, but I always played it solo, and you can only get so much fun out of it solo. And I thought up some fun ideas about, like, I would love to do like a sort of a documentary style roleplay series where me and like 3 other people or something like create a bunch of empires, set ourselves up in the galaxy, and then we just sort of play around and we all record like the perspective, like cinematic shots or whatever as we play, and then the documentary video series or whatever would like cover the events of the grand story, and it would be a really fun like roleplay series. That would be pretty cool, I think. But unfortunately, 2 things. One, Stellaris is a fucking expensive game if you want to actually enjoy it, right? That's unfortunately just how it is, and that sucks. There's obviously other ways to like potentially do a roleplay video series, but that's just like, Stellaris is the one that comes to mind. And on top of that, I need to have at least like 2 or 3 people who would be interested in that idea, or the game for that matter. And it's just that there's a lot that would go into it, and if even one thing goes wrong, it's going to bother me. And it's just like, okay, all it would take is one person to say, I'm not really feeling this, and that would immediately ruin my day, because I feel like I've wasted that person's time and wasted everyone's time, because it's like, well, they're not going to put their all into this because they don't really enjoy it, and that's like, well, that kind of sucks. That's sad. I'm not going to blame them for it, obviously. I wouldn't ever blame someone for like not enjoying a game that I've tried to get them into, but you know, it's just, it's a lot can go wrong with the idea of a series like that, and that's why I think it's like, if I ever do something like a roleplay video series, I would need to get everyone who I bring involved into it on board 100%. They need to be invested in it as much as I was, and I don't see that happening. So, you know, maybe one day, maybe. Who knows? Never say never, but it's just one of those video series ideas that just don't seem very likely. But I do still want to do more collabs regardless. Like, I just think that's a lot of fun. This year, I know I said this at the start of last year, but I'm gonna be honest and serious this time. I am going to do more playthroughs for reals. I already have like another playthrough I've got episodes recorded for. I just haven't edited or put them together yet, because it's gonna take me a minute, but I'll get to it. I want to do more gameplay stuff, just in general, more playthroughs, yada yada yada. Maybe I will try to stream. It depends entirely on if my internet can keep a stable connection, which as of this month, it's actually been quite annoying because it's been on and off for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it has. But hey, hopefully that's something I could do in the future. I would love to. I would love to do stuff like that in the future. And but yes, 2025, I'm going to do more playthroughs because I think that'll be fun. That's about all I had the notes for. I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. Maybe there is something else I could talk about, but I don't know. I didn't write a note for it. I didn't think about it. So I'm just going to end it there. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you had a happy new year again. I also hope you had a good Christmas or a happy holiday or whatever you enjoy, or whatever you celebrate. Yada yada yada. And here's to 2025. Whatever it holds, be it positive or negative, let's all embrace it and just hope for the best. Thank you everyone for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys next time.